Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins All World, where we explore the incredible world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we have something truly special to talk about, a coin that might be hiding in your collection, or even in your pocket change, just waiting to be discovered. I'm talking about the 1991 Roosevelt dime, a coin that many people overlook, but which could be worth far more than you might imagine. If you have one of these dimes, especially in the right condition, it could fetch a significant amount of money. Stick around as we explore the history, rarity, and value of this 1991 Roosevelt dime, and you'll see why this coin could be a serious jackpot for any collector. Let's start with a bit of history to understand the significance of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing in 1945. The coin's design features a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, which is a timeless tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side of the coin displays a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing unity, peace, and strength, which were key aspects of Roosevelt's presidency. This dime has been in circulation for decades, and while it's generally seen as a staple of American coinage, certain years and mint marks of the Roosevelt dime can hold exceptional value. Today, we're focusing on the 1991 Roosevelt dime, which, while often considered a more modern issue, has captured the attention of collectors for specific reasons. Let's dive into what makes the 1991 version of this coin unique and why it might be worth much more than you'd expect. The 1991 Roosevelt dime was produced at two mint locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Typically, Philadelphia minted coins do not have a mint mark, while Denver minted coins are marked with a D. The 1991 dimes were produced in large numbers, so in terms of rarity, there were quite a few made. However, it's important to note that the condition of the coin, along with certain subtle features, can make a huge difference in its value. Finding a 1991 Roosevelt dime in excellent, uncirculated condition is much rarer than you might think, and that's where the potential for a high value comes into play. Now, let's talk about condition, one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. If you've ever collected coins, you know that the quality of a coin can dramatically impact its worth. Most of the 1991 Roosevelt dimes that you come across are likely to show signs of wear from years of circulation. Coins that have been used in daily transactions often have scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections. However, a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, one that looks as if it just came out of the mint, can fetch much higher prices. If you find a 1991 Roosevelt dime in near-perfect condition, free from scratches or other damage, you've got a coin that is much more valuable than a standard, circulated one. This is because collectors are always on the lookout for coins in exceptional condition. These coins are rarer and harder to come by, and their condition makes them more desirable, but the value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime doesn't just come from its condition alone. The mint mark on the coin also plays an important role in its value. Coins that were minted in Denver are marked with a D, and while both Philadelphia and Denver minted dimes from this year, the Denver variety tends to be a bit rarer. Coins from Philadelphia, especially those with no mint mark, are more common, which is why they generally don't carry as high of a premium. Another interesting factor is the potential for mint errors, which are often overlooked but highly prized by collectors. Minting errors occur when there is a mistake during the production process, and these errors can take many forms, from misaligned strikes to doubled dies. A coin that has been struck with a mint error is considered rare because it's a one-of-a-kind piece that stands out from other coins. If you're lucky enough to find a 1991 Roosevelt dime with an error, whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or something else, you could have a coin that's worth significantly more than its standard issue counterpart. So, how much can the 1991 Roosevelt dime actually be worth? As with many other coins, the value of the 1991 dime depends on its condition, mint mark, and any potential errors. But in general, the 1991 Roosevelt dime is worth much more than its face value of just 10 cents if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. However, if you've got a coin that's in exceptional shape, or even better, one with a rare mint error, the price could soar even higher. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, in excellent condition, can fetch an impressive amount of money. If you happen to have one in perfect, uncirculated condition, or one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth $35,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $35,000. A single 1991 Roosevelt dime in top condition or with a mint error could be worth a fortune, far beyond what you would expect from a dime. It's amazing to think that a coin worth only 10 cents could hold such a large value, but this is the exciting world of rare coin collecting. What should you do if you suspect you found a valuable 1991 Roosevelt dime? Start by examining the coin carefully. Look for any signs of wear or damage that might affect its condition. If the coin looks like it's in mint condition, that's a good sign that it could be worth more than face value. Check the mint mark too. Does it have a D for Denver, or is it from Philadelphia? Lastly, be on the lookout for any minting errors, as these can dramatically increase the coin's value. If you're still unsure, consider getting the coin professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. A professional grade can give you an accurate estimate of its value and confirm whether it's as rare and valuable as it seems. In conclusion, the 1991 Roosevelt dime might seem like an ordinary coin, but in the right condition or with the right features, it can be worth a small fortune. Whether you have a perfectly preserved dime or one with a rare mint error, this coin could be worth far more than you expect. So, don't overlook your change. There could be a valuable gem hiding right under your nose. Today, in this video, we're going to talk about a coin that might seem humble at first glance, but could actually be worth far more than you'd expect. I'm talking about the 1974 Roosevelt dime. This particular dime has intrigued collectors for years, and while it's a coin you might easily overlook, it could be sitting in your collection, or even in your pocket, waiting to bring you a small fortune. So, stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1974 Roosevelt dime could be worth much more than its face value. Let's start with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who passed away in 1945. The dime replaced the mercury dime, which had been in circulation since 1916, and quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The obverse of the coin features a profile of Roosevelt, while the reverse shows a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength, values that Roosevelt stood for during his time in office. Now, let's fast forward to 1974. This was a pivotal year in American history, with significant social and political changes. The economy was facing inflation, and the country was navigating the aftermath of the Vietnam War. Despite all of this, the U.S. Mint continued producing Roosevelt dimes as part of the nation's ongoing effort to maintain a stable and functional currency system. While most of the 1974 dimes were minted in high numbers, there are certain features that make some of these coins stand out, and potentially make them worth a lot more than their original value of just 10 cents. So, what makes the 1974 Roosevelt dime special in the world of numismatics? Well, there are a few factors to keep in mind. The first is the coin's overall condition. If you're familiar with coin collecting, you know that the condition of the coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. Most 1974 Roosevelt dimes that you'll come across will have been used in everyday transactions, meaning they'll likely show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections. These coins, while still collectible, aren't typically worth much more than their face value. However, a coin that has been well preserved and remains in uncirculated condition can be much more valuable. An uncirculated 1974 Roosevelt dime, free from damage and showing no signs of wear, can fetch a premium price among collectors. This is because finding coins in such pristine condition is rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved examples of coins from specific years. Another important aspect to consider when evaluating the 1974 Roosevelt dime is its mint mark. Mint marks are symbols that indicate where the coin was produced. For the 1974 Roosevelt dime, there are two primary mint marks to look for. the D mint mark, which indicates the coin was minted in Denver, and the absence of a mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. The majority of 1974 dimes were struck in Denver, so these are more common. However, the Philadelphia version, which lacks a mint mark, is slightly rarer and may hold a bit more value, but here's where it gets really interesting. Some 1974 Roosevelt dimes are known for having unique features or errors that can make them highly sought after. Mint errors are a common phenomenon in the world of coin collecting, and they can significantly increase the value of a coin. For example, a misstruck coin, one that was improperly aligned during the minting process, might show signs of doubling, where certain features of the coin appear blurry or duplicated. A 1974 Roosevelt dime with this type of error could be worth much more than a regular coin, as collectors are always hunting for these rare finds. One of the more well-known errors from the 1974 series is the 1974 double die variety. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly aligned, causing certain details on the coin to be duplicated. This error, which can be seen in the date and lettering on the obverse of the coin, can make a huge difference in a coin's value. If you happen to find a 1974 Roosevelt dime with this double die error, you've just stumbled upon a rare treasure that could be worth a significant amount of money. In addition to mint errors, the overall rarity of a coin can also contribute to its value. While the 1974 Roosevelt dime was minted in large numbers, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is much harder than you might think. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, whether in a collection or just carefully stored over the years, are considered rare, especially given how many of these dimes were circulated during the 1970s and beyond. So, what can you expect the value of a 1974 Roosevelt dime to be? In general, if you have a coin in excellent, uncirculated condition, you might be looking at a value of around $10 to $20, still quite a bit more than its face value, but not astronomical. However, if your coin is part of a rare variety, such as the double die error, or if it's in pristine, gem-quality condition, you could be looking at a much higher price. Now, let's get to the exciting part. If you're lucky enough to own a 1974 Roosevelt dime that's in fantastic condition, or if you've discovered a rare mint error, it could be worth an eye-popping $45,000, that's right, $45,000. A single dime from 1974, which may have once been worth just 10 cents, could now be worth a fortune if it's in the right condition or features a rare mint error. Imagine finding such a treasure tucked away in your change or buried in an old coin jar. It's incredible how something so small can hold so much value. So, how can you find out if your 1974 Roosevelt dime is worth a fortune? The first step is to examine it closely. Look for any signs of wear, as well as any errors in the minting process. Pay attention to the mint mark, whether it's a D or none at all, and check the overall condition of the coin. If you think you've found something special, consider getting the coin professionally graded by a numismatic expert. This will give you an accurate estimate of its value and help you determine if it's as rare and valuable as it seems. In conclusion, the 1974 Roosevelt dime may seem like just another coin, but in the right condition or with a rare mint error, it could be worth far more than its face value. Whether it's in pristine condition or features a unique minting error, this small dime could be your ticket to a substantial windfall. So, don't overlook your coins, there may be a hidden treasure just waiting to be discovered. Today, we're going to explore a truly fascinating coin, the 1975 Roosevelt dime. Now, you may be wondering, what's so special about this dime? After all, it's just a small, everyday coin, right? Well, stick around, because what you're about to learn will make you think twice the next time you come across a Roosevelt dime in your pocket change. This coin could actually be worth thousands of dollars, and we're going to explain why. Before we dive into the value, let's start with a little background on the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. His death in 1945 left a deep impact on the nation, and in honor of his leadership during some of the most difficult years in American history, the U.S. Mint decided to put his likeness on the dime. The obverse side of the coin features Roosevelt's profile, while the reverse side displays a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing peace, unity, and strength, values that Roosevelt embodied throughout his presidency. Now, let's talk about the 1975 version of this dime. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation for decades, but the coins from specific years can sometimes have a higher value than others. The 1975 Roosevelt dime is one of those years where collectors find particular interest. While it might seem like an ordinary coin, there are certain characteristics of the 1975 dime that could make it worth much more than its face value of just 10 cents. First and foremost, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. Most of the 1975 dimes you'll find were heavily circulated, which means they've likely seen their fair share of wear and tear. Scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections are common in coins that have been in circulation for decades. However, if you happen to have a 1975 Roosevelt dime that is in uncirculated condition, meaning it looks as if it just came out of the mint, you're in luck. Coins in uncirculated condition are much rarer and more desirable to collectors, which can greatly increase their value. Now, let's talk about the mint mark. The U.S. Mint places a mint mark on each coin to indicate where it was struck. For the 1975 Roosevelt dime, there are two potential mint marks to look for: the D mint mark, which signifies it was minted in Denver, and no mint mark at all, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. Most of the 1975 dimes were produced in Denver, making the ones minted in Philadelphia less common. If you happen to have a 1975 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark, you've got something a little rarer on your hands, but that's not all. There's another reason why the 1975 Roosevelt dime has been getting a lot of attention in the coin collecting world. Some of these dimes are known to have minting errors, which can dramatically increase their value. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin's production, and these errors can make the coin unique, rare, and highly sought after by collectors. For instance, some 1975 dimes were struck off-center, meaning the image on the coin is misaligned. Other dimes may have a double die error, where the design is faintly stamped twice, creating a blurry or doubled effect in the lettering or design. Coins with these errors are extremely valuable because they're one-of-a-kind pieces that collectors are eager to find. Now that we've covered the basics of the coin, let's talk about how much the 1975 Roosevelt dime could actually be worth. Most standard 1975 dimes, even in good condition, are worth a little more than their face value. A dime in average circulated condition might be worth anywhere from 25 to 50 cents, nothing to write home about, but still a bit of a premium over its 10-cent face value. However, when you start talking about uncirculated coins or those with minting errors, the value starts to skyrocket. For example, if you have a 1975 Roosevelt dime in near-perfect condition, it could be worth around $10 to $20, depending on how flawless it is. But that's just the beginning. If you happen to own a 1975 Roosevelt dime with a rare minting error, like a double die or off-center strike, you could be sitting on a treasure that's worth much more. These error coins are highly coveted by collectors, and they can fetch impressive prices at auction or in private sales. Now, for the most exciting part. If your 1975 Roosevelt dime is in excellent, uncirculated condition or features one of those rare minting errors we just mentioned, it could be worth an astounding $47,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 1975 Roosevelt dime, in perfect condition or with an error, could be worth as much as $47,000. That's an incredible amount of money for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents. It's amazing how the value of a coin can change over time, especially when it's in the right condition or has something special about it, like a minting error. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1975 Roosevelt dime? First, examine it closely. Look for any wear or damage that could impact its condition. Check the mint mark to see if it's from Denver or Philadelphia. And most importantly, keep an eye out for any minting errors, as these could be the key to unlocking its true value. If you find something that looks promising, consider getting the coin professionally graded by a numismatic expert. Grading will help you determine the coin's exact condition and value, and can also give you peace of mind when it comes to selling or trading your coin. In conclusion, the 1975 Roosevelt dime may seem like an ordinary coin, but in the right condition, or with a minting error, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether you have a perfect example or one with a rare minting mistake, this dime could be a true hidden gem in your collection. So, the next time you come across a 1975 Roosevelt dime, take a closer look. You never know, it might just be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to discover more valuable treasures, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about rare and valuable coins. Until next time, happy collecting, and good luck with your coin hunts.